And we are back. We are looking at some recoveries happening right now. We did have that pump on GameStop and AMC a few minutes ago, about 20 minutes ago. And GameStop, we hit about 147, and AMC, we hit about 859, 860. We saw a quick sell-off or a short attack, and now we are hitting some support and bouncing back with a recovery. It's looking good for both of them right now. They are holding strong. We are coming up on power hour on the next 4 minutes, and we are rocking and rolling. Any questions, go ahead and put those in the chat. For now, we're just going to go ahead and look at the charts and see what we could find in the news to see if there's anything going along with all this. We're going to comb Twitter, and we're going to look at everything else while we're just rocking and rolling. If anybody has any questions, go ahead and throw them in the chat, and we can talk about it. If anybody wants any due diligence done on any other stocks, we can work on those as well. Right now, we're just monitoring the situation because of that recent pump with GameStop and AMC. Looks like a lot of people found their opportunity to get out of a losing situation. And at the same time, we probably had some short attacks as well. I wasn't monitoring it at the moment. I had my stream on hold, and I was doing some other things, but I had some alerts come through that showed that we had a real quick pump. It was nice. Looks like we were riding this channel for a little bit in AMC. I'm just going to go ahead and make this single screen. Looks like we were riding this channel right under the 0.786. Looks for a good 20 minutes, bumping back between 770 and 781. Finally, we went over the support, or the resistance, came back down, became support, bumped a little bit back, and then just blasted off. Looks like right at about 777, the 777. That's a funny coincidence. And then we just blasted off. This is the 1 minute chart, so you can see it just kept going. Looks like a lot of people slapping the ask until right about here, when some people decided to take their profits, and then, definitely some shorts entered the race. So we're cooking with Crisco. We're rocking and rolling. Let's take a look at GameStop real quick. Looks like as a whole, let me pull up Webull right now and see how the market's doing as a whole. All right, so we are still red on the day in all sectors. Looks like only waste management. Republic Services, and Waste Connect. Maybe a couple others are green. The whole market is red right now. We have red all over the heat map, although we can see that there has been a recovery on the NASDAQ, the Dow, and the S&P all at about 2 o'clock. Is when we started that recovery. So we are rocking and rolling. We have a long way to go, but at least we are seeing some green back in the portfolios. I know a lot of people were freaking out for a while. Let's see. What else can we look at? Let's go ahead and look at AMC on, what do we have here? AMC on Webull. I have a small position on Webull. I think it's about 60 shares. Most of my position is on Ameritrade. And yeah, so still getting hit, but it's okay. You could see right here, these are some of my free stocks that I got from Webull. BNGO hit a low today, which was crazy, but it looked like it recovered a decent amount. Oh, not even really. I haven't seen BNGO this low in a while. But it's sitting at 697 right now on Ameritrade. Yeah, you can see right here we hit 859. Looks like we got some sell walls. We got some laddered sells between 807, 806. So this is algos right here. When you see these numbers moving like this is not normally retail. This is algorithms. Looks like somebody's trying to keep this price down. But we're going to keep fighting. Diamond hands will prevail. All right, so I got some charts in front of me right now. I'm going to go ahead and put this to the side. Let's take a look at GameStop real quick on... Oh, GameStop looking real nice on Webull. It's at 137.36. I don't really see sell walls over here. We don't have any imbalances, but there's not really any sell walls. This looks like there can be a straight shot up past the 147.87 mark. Let's see. Can I get this? Yeah, let's go for 30. So all the way at 146.75. So I don't see any real big sell orders over here. Nothing like we were seeing on AMC. So AMC looking way more held down, although there is going to be some sell pressure on AMC right now. All right. Let's look at CCIV. CCIV was rocking and rolling, making a bit of a comeback today. Went down to 21.86 and topped off at about 25, and then it came back down. Investing.com saying Dow off lows amid tech wreck as Powell shrugs off inflation fears. So Jerome Powell spoke earlier today. That was in my my other stream. We played a little bit of that live. Let's go back and take a look at AMC again. Looks like we're finally getting somewhere after a rough day. This was a pretty hefty sell-off. I'm seeing a lot of buys coming in at 810 on Ameritrade. But we have some really hefty sell walls above 810. And they are just laddering. Just laddering these sales. Now, are these take profits or are these, look at these numbers. This is institutions. I mean, this is normally, times 100. So there's a lot of shares moving hands here. This is going to be your retail. Once you start busting into the thousands, that's either big dogs or just straight up institutions. Notice they're all here. They're all here just trying to push it down, sell it down, sell it down, sell it down. That one gets bought up, they drop it down. That one gets bought up, they drop it down. So looks like they're going to try to keep us in this channel. It looks like. Let's go ahead and maybe we can make some lines here. That was a nice pump, though, I have to say. Pretty proud of that. So let's go ahead and grab our trend lines. I bet these are going to hold true, too. They're almost, I like to say that they're magical in a way. Oh, look at that. So we put the tip right there, right on that last wick, and it's just fighting to not break. And let's see what else we can do. Can we move this? Okay. Looks like I have some support and resistance mapped out from earlier. All right. All right, well, we just got that minute bar. Looks like it's dropping right at VWAP right now, and it's about to hug the 200 EMA. We're probably going to have a bounce off of VWAP. That's what we're looking for. Let's see. Do we want to make a vertical support or do we want to make a trend line? Let me just garbage that real quick. Oh, no. Cancel. There we go. All right. Let's actually minimize this and take a look on... Oops, back out of that. Beautiful thing about the undo button. All right, so now we can see a much better view here. All right. Let's go ahead and make some trend lines here. And like I always say, I let them extend forever because they will come into effect later. I guarantee it. All right, we want to hug those wicks. Some people like to draw their trend lines to the bottom of the candles. I like to get to the wicks because it shows that that was a rejection. And that's just how I do it. Some people will do straight to the bottoms of the wicks, of the bottoms of the candles and just ignore the wicks altogether. That's not how I do it. All right. Just looking around right now. Let's see if we can get a solid line. This is probably going to be a little tight. I don't know if this is going to work. Although if it is, it looks like this is becoming bearish. And let's just move that to match that for right this second. Hit VWAP, and hopefully, now is that VWAP I'm looking at? All right. Always want your trend lines to be nice and tight and touching. And there we go. Just so it's accurate. All right, so another minute to go to see if AMC is going to break it to the upside or to the downside. It looks like it's sitting on this legacy support. Are we just above it? We're just above the legacy support. So my vote is that we are next going to break to the upside and hopefully back to this 822 area. That's my vote. Let's see what happens. If that doesn't happen, then we will come back down to perhaps the 799 area. But hopefully this holds. And let's see if maybe we can put in some other support. You know what? Let's stick with that for now because there is support there. And like I said, it's now going up. Bouncing off the support. Holding above the trend line. And we're cooking. All right. Let's take a quick look at AMC. I'm sorry, that was AMC. Let's take a look at GameStop. GameStop looking nice. Looks like it's going back into that legacy channel. Let's go ahead and put some trend lines up. I love those trend lines. And do we want to do a vertical support or do we want to finish out this triangle? I vote to finish out the triangle. I don't like that. Not a lot of wicks to the downside on this way up. Looks like it rode this 15 all the way up. So maybe, just maybe, we'll start from here. And we'll go to there. And then it looks like GameStop has a decision to make as well. We'll extend that just for neatness. All right. So what do we have? We got 1, 2, an almost touch, 1, an almost touch, and then a 2. Let's see. We're actually under the support right now. RSI building up. Volume is weak. I don't know if we're going to be able to break this 131.93 right here. And I'm thinking that we maybe come back down to the 128 area. If not, and we get lucky, we break the support at 132. We break the support at 133, and then we could ride up to 136 again, and then we would just have to break that. Let's see. Let's make some more lines here. Some more possible support and resistance. So you can always tell, because these wicks, this is where the rejection happened. Up, or nope, there we go. Yeah, so this is where people just eat these up, and it goes back up. That's what these wicks are about. If it's going this way, they don't think it's supposed to be this cheap. If it's coming this way, they don't think it's supposed to be that expensive. So that'll give you a good idea of the price action, depending on the length of your wicks. Let's see. And I know how that sounded now that I said it. All right. Ooh, does this just keep? What am I doing here? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Okay. This one came a little bit lower, but we just want to keep those two. Maybe, just maybe, we'll go ahead and put it right there. Looks like it is coming down, like I said. The resistance was too much. Oh, it's about to break support again. Next stop is 128. We'll either bounce off in the next few minutes. Oh, Muhammad. Hey, hey, hey. What's up, man? I didn't even see you. Crazy jump on in GME. Shorts covering, you think? Yes. Oh, well, on GameStop, I don't think if the shorts are just, I don't think they're covering just yet. I don't know if that was necessarily, because 120, I mean, it wasn't, a pretty good move. It is possible, but if they did cover, then they immediately went back in. Or anybody that was underwater found themselves in the green and sold off along with the short pressure coming back, because I know we are still very heavy on the short pressure. Let me go ahead and pull some stuff up. Let's see. So go ahead and go to GameStop. All right, let's see what the short interest is as of right now. All right, GME short interest, Fintel.io. Oh, we got a few support lines right here that we don't want to break. We want to bust back over this resistance. All right, my computer's being a little bit slow, but I will pull this over in a second. All right. Let's see. Last market date. All right, so it looks like the latest data is from yesterday. Okay, so about 6 minutes ago. Let's go ahead. We're glad you stopped by. Da 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 da. Oh, it wants me to disable my ad blocker. All right, so wow, that's a lot. So short sales, I remember there was only 60,000 a couple days ago. Yes, okay. So there is 700,000 shares available to short on GameStop as of 6 minutes ago. So that's what I'm thinking this was. That number probably went up drastically because you could see, stop it. So you can see that the shorts probably covered from here to here, and then just immediately we had a sell-off and shorts attacking at the same time, which is why we had such a quick drop-off. Realize I don't even know your first name or what to call you. Not sure if you're weirded out by giving that out. It's Bobby Knight. I am the Night Trader. Can always call you KT. It's Bobby Knight. That's why we got the name Night Trader. Call me whatever you want, my man. Bobby Night Trader. It's fine. Either way. RSI is about 45 on GameStop right now, so it looks like we are turning a little bit to the upside. Like I said, short interest. So it looks like somebody gave back a lot of these shares because this was a way lower number yesterday. I might get a subscription to this because I'd like to see this real-time information. All depends on how the YouTube channel goes. If I feel like that's something I need. I don't necessarily need that for myself in everyday information. I could find enough with what I have to trade, but it is good for the channel to have more information like that. So it's possible that I might get a subscription down the line. Nice to meet you, Muhammad. Nice to meet you. Muhammad's been coming to the channel since we started, and he's our #1 fan. So if there's anything you want me to look into, let me know. Let's see. Isn't hindsight a beautiful thing? Would have been happy sold out at around 145 and bought back in lower. Yeah. I mean, that's why these are so they're so volatile. These at any moment, we sit and we wait and we wait and we wait. It's almost like you get fatigue from waiting. And then you end up selling out, and then all of a sudden that's when the squeeze happens. So, but unfortunately, a lot of people are in all different situations, and a lot of people can't wait. So, but if you waited from here, I think we got a lot more to go. So I think there's a lot more opportunity. And even as of right now, we're in an upward channel. So we might not see a squeeze necessarily, but we could see price action breaking these resistance levels easily. But yeah, I mean, I know that they say don't sell high and then buy back at a lower cost because it'll give the hedge funds more opportunity to short. But at the end of the day, it's the people that are paying your bills whose opinions that you have to worry about, and that's most likely just you. So you do what you got to do, and whatever happens, happens. Because this market, and guess what? You could sell out. You could miss that opportunity to sell out, and then it goes to zero. You never know what's going to happen. We don't know if one day all the hedge funds are going to get together and decide, you know what, this has happened long enough. We're going to destroy this company. And that can happen. Now, at any point, diamond hands can be wiped out pretty quick, especially when you have a couple people with large positions seeing this drop at the rate it does sometimes. But right now we're looking good, and the movement is still going strong. But you just never know what's going to happen. Never assume that you know what's going to happen. I've watched a few different videos where they give the math on certain things, and they're trying to tell you what days and this and that. But like I said, you never know what's going to happen. So the minute I sell out, it won't come down again ever. Yep, same here. It feels like that, doesn't it? It feels like that. And sometimes you buy in and it feels like it never comes back to where you bought in at. So it happens both ways. Yeah, so my stream was just running for a while. I just had it going on with some music playing, and I wasn't even ready to really talk because I'm still not feeling great. It's been a couple days now, actually. Just been running myself ragged from work, but when I saw that pump, I was like, oh, I got to get on real quick. So let's see. Let me go ahead and pull up my account on another screen just so I can see what's happening with my own money. All right, so while GameStop and AMC have come back pretty well, it looks like not everything else is doing the same. Although if we pull up Webull, we could see that overall up. So the markets are all, looks like they bottomed out at about, what is this, the NASDAQ bottomed out at about negative 3.41%, and then the Dow and the S&P bottomed at about 2.3, went back up to about 1.09 negative and 1.5 what is this, we'll say 1.6 respectively, and then they hit that, and just now they're coming back down. Maybe we'll see a W formation, and maybe we'll keep these as resistance points for the market as a whole. But I'm still seeing a sea of red. All right, so Muhammad says, been learning a lot from you and others on YouTube regarding trend lines, etc. Barely touched 1% of it, but such a nice feeling when the trend lines play as you guessed, getting a big buzz off that. Yeah, I'll tell you, Muhammad, it is insane. That's why I always say it was an accident. I just ended up, see, I don't have any lines here, which is strange. I could have swore I drew some. It's just when you extend these, I accidentally extended these one day, and I came back to it, I don't know, months later, and the trend line's over here. I'm wondering where it is, and then all of a sudden it just keeps riding the trend line, and I'm like, I go back and I go back and I go back, and I realize that was something that I accidentally extended months ago, and it still just rings true. I don't know. Price action likes to follow trend lines. I don't know if that's algorithmic, if that's psychological, but it does seem to hold water. And let's see, watch. Let's see if this happens right here. So I'll get a trend line going. Yes, trend line. I'll extend it forever. I have 2 touch points as of right now. Let's get this a little bit further down. I got a green. I like my touch points to be green on, well, they have to be green on the top, so that was a stupid statement, but still. I do like my touch points, or I do like my trend lines to be on the wicks. And it looks like we have a decision to make. Let's see. 1, 2, 3 touches on the bottom. 1, 2 on the top. Resistance is real tight right here, so we're probably going to drop down. Where are we at? 798 right now. We are seeing a increase in volume, but it's sell volume. So GME is trending up and up 5.1% right now. We've detected a spike in the number of people. What is this from? This is from StockTwits. We've detected a spike in the number of people chatting about GameStop Corporation. Yeah, you think? We've been chatting about it forever. All right, going to tell the wife I'm an experienced trader now. Look at those lines. Don't think she'll be too impressed with my losses, though. It's not losses till you sell, my man. It's not losses till you sell. It's unrealized. So until you realize it. But like I said, see, I kind of knew. And we have the 200 right now pushing us down. It's always, you don't want to be under this 200. Because that 200 is natural resistance and support. If you're under it, it's going to be your resistance. If you're over it, it's going to be your support. And you could see that we had a little bit of a break. Same thing with VWAP. We are holding right above VWAP, but I'm very skeptical of what this is looking like right now. This is looking bearish to me. There's too many points of resistance where we're at. We've got 1, 2. This one's right here at 802. Let's see if I can take a look at any level 2s. I'm seeing a bunch of sells at 8. So it looks like we did just break through. So, all right. That's good. Up, and it's pushing back. See, that's the problem. It doesn't want to break. Doesn't want to break right now. Did we keep our lines on GameStop? Yes, we kept our lines on GameStop. GameStop is coming back. 134.50. All right. Let's see. It looks like there's some resistance right there. Brought us back down to here. Let's go ahead and put a line. Now, you will muddy up your charts with a lot of lines, but I just like keeping them there. A lot of people will erase their legacy lines, but I'm telling you, later they always come into effect. You could see right here, this wick is matching the top of a candle, the top of a wick, the top of a candle, but you know, the bottom of the wick, the top of another wick, the top of another candle. So we're going to put that right there. We'll put it to green because we know that once we pass that, it's green pastures all the way up to this trend line. But we got a rejection right there. And then hopefully we could stay within this channel while we're coiling up, consolidating, and then blast up right through. What can you tell me about gap fills? Hearing a lot about the market loves to fill gaps. And is there a higher up gap on GME? Gaps. Okay, so gap fills, basically when we have a gap up or a gap down in the morning, that's when a security will close at, we'll just say it closes the day before at 8 o'clock, and then it opens up with such veracity that it basically gaps up in the pre-market, and the price that it starts at is higher than the price that it closed at, and that's where you'll have a gap. Now, with charts will always try to fill that gap at some point because charts do not like leaving open spaces. I have the extended hours. I think gaps, I think you have to take the extended hours off to actually find the gaps. Let's take a look. Is there any, now, let's see. What can you tell me about gap fills? Market loves to fill gaps, and there is a higher up gap. Okay, a higher up gap. So let's see. Let's go back. It can only be a month ago because I don't think GameStop was ever that much higher. Let's look for that gap. So if we're at 132 right now, gap. Let's see if we could find the gap you're talking about. It's got to be above here. I took our extended hours off, so there should be a gap somewhere. I don't see a gap. I'm not sure if we filled it or not, but I don't even see one. Let's see. I don't see anything. Now a gap is going to be basically, it would be, let's say this candle, and then none of this was here, and then a candle like over here. So if we stopped there, started back there, then you would expect it to, at some point come back and fill this gap where there was no candle. But I'm seeing candles pretty much throughout the entire chart. That's something I'm more seeing Bitcoin. Just because the volatility is so crazy that you could literally jump prices. You could jump a couple $100 without even having to fill between, say, 49,000 and 50. You can have a $200 gap just like that. And that never stops trading. So how that happens is even a mystery to me. But sometimes the orders come in so quick that it just jumps. Let's see. I'm still not seeing any gaps. This is a 1 minute chart. Let's go ahead and back up. Maybe we can find something on an hourly. What is this, 2021? All right. So maybe there's some gaps here. I'm trying to find these gaps. I mean, it looks like everything's been filled. Unless, okay, maybe they're talking about up here between 408 and 490. I mean, there's not exactly a candle there, but there is a wick. I don't remember drawing this. And I don't know why it's stopping there. Something's askew with this chart. I'm probably wrong. More of a question if there is one. May not have one. Yeah, I mean, the only gap I see is... Wait. No. Filled. Came down. Filled. Yeah. I mean, we've basically touched every point that we were at a second time. There's no unfilled gap areas. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I think this is something you're going to see more on like a daily. Let's see. No, not really. See, it would be just empty space. There's no real empty space. No, I don't think so. Unless it's some sort of legacy, if we were like way, way back in time, super high. It looks like people are... I keep getting notifications saying that there's a huge dump coming for Bitcoin in the market. So I don't know. Keep your eyes out for that. I mean, but everybody is preaching it for whatever reason. I know that we are in a correction right now, but do I want to look at Bitcoin for a second? Oh, 47.9. I didn't even notice. Yeah, we were at... Looks like Bitcoin is getting a little bit beat down right now. Yeah, gaps though, I don't see any gaps, my man. If anybody tells you maybe that there is some, or maybe there's a time frame I'm missing, but I do not see any gaps. Maybe from, I mean, like this is the only that we haven't, or the only place we haven't met again. Oh, I'm sorry, I meant from there to there. But not really. It's just normally it's like it's a gap down. I wish I could show you an example right now, but just off the top of my head, can't remember of any. Maybe there's some on Bitcoin. Let's take a look. There is no after hours on Bitcoin, since Bitcoin is 24/7, 365. Let's go to a daily. Any gaps? And gaps are, I mean, you'll know a gap when you see one. because it'll basically be like a candle here and then a candle here, and you'll be like, what? What happened to this space here? But these all seem pretty full. This is a daily. What's going on with Bitcoin right now? Oh, Bitcoin is riding. Looks like it hit the VWAP, came down, broke the VWAP, broke the 200. Now it's just riding under. Where are my... I see my 15 there. This is way too simple. I need more indicators. All right. Oh, let's see. What about around 150, 190 on the daily on the original squeeze? Let me see. Gamestop daily. Oh, I see something. But there's a whole bar there. What about around 150 to 190? 150 to 190. So 150 is here. I mean, we made this was 200, I think, in pre-market or after hours a couple days ago. So 150 to 190, definitely not, because we hit 200. Where's the after hours? Huh. Oh, maybe it's not. Let me put extended. Oh, extended is on. That actually is a good looking chart right there. That shows strength. That is a nice looking chart. That's a flag. It's a bull flag. I'm not sure, dude. And either way, 150 to 190 or maybe 170 to 190, discounting the wicks, or would you count the wicks? I count the wicks. It's a full bar that's going to be missing during a gap down. If there are wicks there, that means that it hit that area. Wicks a lot of time will be what actually closes gaps, because it'll go down to an area that was never hit and it'll get bought right back up, or it'll go up to an area that was ever hit. So if we were to fill, let's say we counted this as a gap, right? It's not really, but let's say we did. You would see a wick come up to here and then just come right back down, and that's how it would fill. That is a straight up flag. Oh no, I have so much to fight against right here. So many lines. Oh, I almost want to move it. Is this where I'm coming from? All right. See, that's, like I said, that's the only problem, is that you end up with a real messy chart when you do it like I do. You end up having lines for days. I'm going to go ahead and put this up at the top, very tippity top. And that's just going to be some gliding resistance, some gliding downward trend line resistance. That's nice though. We are moving up. We are in an upward channel. And I don't even need to draw it because it's right here. Oil jumps 4% as Saudis hold to cuts, allow Russia modest rise. Just came in through investing.com. Crypto Kirby reporting that there's a mega dump Bitcoin and Ethereum at risk. And Meet Coven is saying in his new video released 8 minutes ago that the market crash is here. But again, everything is fine. That is his... Oh, I'd be happy with 300. Yeah, man, me too. I'll tell you. I think I have my buy set at 350, but I'll bump them down to 300. Because honestly, you know, I don't have enough. Like, even if, you know, all of my shares went to 1,000, like, that's still not going to change my life. It'll change my week. It'll definitely change my week, but it's not going to, you know, pay much off in the grand scheme of things. Let's go back to the minute, which is where I feel most comfortable. And we can see how we are really respecting This is now turned into support from resistance. It was resistance here. It's come back down. It is now support. All right, we're close to getting in on SKT hype this morning. So glad I didn't. Oh, are you talking about Rocket? Yeah, I'm not getting in on any more plays that are social media driven. I found myself in quite the hole from going with the movement, and I'm happy to be part of the movement, but at the same time, I'm not happy to be losing the money that I am losing, diamond hand and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to pure due diligence and picking just straight up good companies, not looking for companies. Now, you know, if you want to look for companies with high short interest, like, which is basically the whole reason. Oh, Tanger Factory, SKT. I haven't seen, I don't even know what that is. But here's your short interest on GameStop. SKT. What's SKT? Tanger Factory. Wall Street bets eyes Tanger Factory out. Okay. Outlet stop pops 20% and then pulls back. Yeah, like I said, I'm all for the cause and I'm all for everybody making money, but I'm just not jumping into these anymore. I'm going to go back to the way I was doing things prior to the Wall Street bet situation, because I was, you know, doing really well, making a lot of gains, and now I just seem to be diamond handing losses until some magic squeeze happens, which should happen, should have happened again and again. Did happen once. I wasn't in on it then. Got in on the movement, and now I'm just holding. You know, that's a whole lot of money sitting, waiting to do something with. I actually am, I think my average is about, it's actually pretty low on GameStop, because I had to grab in the 40s, because I started at 220, grabbed in the 40s, and that brought me way down. So mine's at about 92. Let me take a look, actually. GameStop. I have 3 for sale at $350. And trade price of 92. Yeah, I don't know about this Tanger Factory. Let's take a look. Let's see what Fintel has to say about it. SEC. Oh, this is saying Sky Network. I thought it was Tanger. There we go. Tanger Factory Outlet. Tanger Factory Outlet. ETF owners. Balance sheet. Income statement. All good stuff. Here's some news from 2 months ago. Last year. I can't find it through the normal way, so I'm just going to. So now it's, I thought it's SKT, so I keep typing the wrong thing. SKT. All right, let's go ahead and look at the short interest. That's not a lot of shares. 2 hours ago. That is not a lot of shares at all. Tanger Factories. Let's take a look. Okay. 2%. Don't like that. Institution. Wow, that's a lot. 86% of the stock is owned by institutions. Interesting. Sell to neutral. Where are we at? Oh, we're all the way up there. So they squeezed already. So, but like twice though. Huh. Interesting. High RSI. So we started here and we're ending here in 20 minutes. Looks like it lost a lot of value. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm not doing this meme stuff anymore. It's great for getting viewers, some other people, but I don't think that they're not really. That's not how you trade. That's not how you find trades. I'm all for it. Like if this became the new way of doing things, great. But at one, sooner or later we're gonna have to pay the piper, and we're gonna have to actually pay attention to sales and to leadership and to P&E and to EBITDA. I mean, all that stuff matters. And right now, all that matters is if you like that stock or not. And I just don't trust that, because then you're relying on everybody else and you're relying on what they're saying. And is what they're saying always true? I don't know. That's why I don't like to really, I like to look at both sides of everything. I don't like to be too happy or too negative about anything, because it can go either way. I'm never going to tell you that we're 100% going to get another GameStop squeeze, because I don't know. Like, was this a squeeze? A $20 squeeze? I've seen morning jumps that didn't have to be squeezes. It was just people buying the ask. So, was it a squeeze? Maybe. I mean, it looks like one. I've seen Bitcoin do that without, well, then again, Bitcoin has a lot of people shorting at all times. So every time those $2,000, $3,000 moves happen, that could be a short squeeze. But then we have a short squeeze like once a week. I mean, Bitcoin, that is one volatile thing. I love it. So this is a real nice upward moving channel that we have here on the 1 minute. This is showing real good strength for the close. Hopefully we can close. I mean, I'd really like to close above the high of the day. I guess a close above 8 is still a win for AMC, and a close above, where are we at now? Excuse me. Honestly, a close above 135 would be great. If we close above this line, I'll be happy. Over here is better. Over here is even better. But just don't know. Just neaten up these lines a little bit. Extend your trend lines for infinity, and they will matter later. So hopefully we ride this one up. Hopefully we do not ride this one down. But we got 2, 3, 4 going up right now. We had a few going down. We don't want to catch any of these rides. We want to catch these rides. Here's the ride I want to catch. Bam. Just going up. No, it's not going to go any further back. Okay. All right. So ADMP, man, it's coming back. I like that. But, oh my God, my ADMP got destroyed today. How? You know what? I was going to average down, and I just simply forgot. I got to be honest, I just forgot. Let me take a look. Oof. I grabbed some Tesla today, and it's still down. I grabbed one at 650 just before close yesterday, and I think I grabbed one at like 609 just to like average down a little bit. Literally one, like not 10 or 100. I grabbed one and then another one. So that's how frugal I am. Let's see. Watch lists. Looks like my average is 629.50, one at 650 and one at 609. I want to say, where's my orders? Okay, orders, working. Looks like I have 300 AMC for sale at $100. That'd be great. 100 AMC for $50, 300 AMC for $25. 3 GME at $375. Yeah, so I've been trying to put these sell orders out and hoping that I make a self-fulfilling prophecy. Let's take a look at this. What was this? SKT. Let's take a look at this chart. Wow, that is a far way down. Oof. There should be a gap there. Look at that giant green candle. Okay, we rode that 15 all the way up. Looks like it tried to come back and break the 15, came back under VWAP and just boom, down to the 200. Back over the 15, back to the 200, back to the 15, a little bit under the 200, a little bit of a cross right here, come back up, hit the VWAP exactly, 200, VWAP, 200, broke down below the 200. This is just typical, the way that it looks. And now it's just fighting. So the 200 has become your resistance. Strong resistance, and your VWAP, because of that parabolic move, is basically useless to you for a little while. Because, I mean, can we come back there? Yeah. But as we stay under this 200, this will come down. I wonder. I really don't feel like doing any fibs on this, but I bet we could see a little bit of something from some lines. Let's just go ahead and, I want to get rid of these real quick. All right. What I'm doing is just consolidating it so I can see everywhere that I'm putting the line without having to consistently zoom in. All right. That's actually somewhat of a bullish formation. I want to call it almost a falling wedge, more of a triangle. Like it a little bit more vertical. It's a little bit too horizontal. But it is fighting its way back. Did I? Doesn't look like I got that exact. Let me get in there. Just touch it right there. And let's watch that play out. Oh, darn it. Let me get a little closer. There we go. All right, so how many touch points do we have? We have 1, 2. Looks like some resistance right there. Or support. Some support right here. And we're going to make that red so that we know that it's no-go under there. And let's see what happens with this. But from what I'm looking at, let's see. RSI coming up on the 1. Now, your numbers are usually a little bit hard to interpret when you have a parabolic move like that, especially when it's not really a natural move. It's a, a group pump. But this should still act as a good support. And then, I mean, if the rules of charting are to come through, then we should see either a touch here and a break. I mean, that's my vote. I'm just going to put, yeah, probably to about. Looks like that seems to be legacy. And I'm going to pop that right there. You can see we got 1 sitting there, 2 there. A little bit of a wick there, bottom of the candle there, bottom of the candle, bottom of the candle. bottom of that candle, bottom of that wick, bottom of that candle. So let's see if that plays out like that in the next, that's 15 minutes. So let's go back to the 1 minute. We'll see what happens. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. I don't know. We're at 3:51. We got 9 minutes left until the bell rings. And then we also have another 4 hours left of trading in the after hours. I'm just taking a look over at Ameritrade. AMC still fighting. It is climbing, climbing. We just want to keep climbing up. Break that resistance. Climb up. Short on time at the moment. Got to shoot off. Thanks again for your time. Saw you online and just wanted to say, hey man, I appreciate it, Mohammed. Come back anytime. I'll be around. I appreciate your time and I appreciate your coming back to the channel. Be sure to like. I know that you're already subscribed, my man. So you have a good day. Do what you got to do, and we'll see you. We will see you around in the chats. RSI. Looks to be turning on the 1. Let me go ahead and bump that down to a 15. Anybody else around that has any questions, let me know. You stay safe too, my man. Have a good day. All right. Let's see. Gamestop. Still doing pretty good. Looks like it came up. Stopped dead in its tracks. Now it's sitting here stuck on the line. And that line definitely wasn't there before. Just goes to show you. They respect the trend lines. They respect the trend lines. All right. Let's see. Few minutes left. I don't really see anything crazy happening. I don't see a lot of volume rushing in. Oh, did we just... Looks like we got a whole bunch of green coming back. So a little bit of a comeback in the end. Although not looking great over there. Some green coming back in the end. That's good. All right. Where's our 52 week? Where's our top gainers? 78%. Real nice. What is that? 5 prime? I never heard of it. All right. I don't know what any of those are. But they seem to be doing pretty good. And let's go back to our stocks. Here we are at AMC. AMC broke the trend line to the upside, and now it's just riding up the channel. Looks like it is popped off the 200. What do we have here? Oh, I have a 9, the 50, and the 200. It's my 9. It's my 50. Here's my 200. Here's my VWAP right in the middle, and they are all kind of in a row. All right. Oof, Nokia is still getting hit. Wow, look at those sell walls. Are you kidding me? Yeah. How many people have that many Nokia to sell? Wow, so they're trying to buy it though. Those are crazy. Wow. No wonder. I was wondering why Nokia was getting beat the hell down. I was wondering. Let me go back to my account. Nokia. I have a trade price of 422. We are sitting at 383. And we are barcoding heavily on Thinkorswim. Just kind of like right here, barcoding. This is so unhealthy. I hate that they have this much influence, but it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, well, no questions coming through right now. We lost Muhammad for the day, our #1 fan. We always enjoy having him in. He's always engaging and, you know, looking to learn more, which is what we like. The more we learn, the more we earn. We learn together, we earn together. I'm going to go ahead and put this back on a dual chart. And then I'm going to throw some music on, and then I'll be back. I'm going to let this baby roll for a little bit. Let's go ahead and double chart this. Ooh, my belly is making some sounds. I got to get some food in me. I'm sure you can hear that at this point. We're going to keep Gamestop. Oh, how come I got... All right, I want to put Gamestop there and AMC over here. Did I lose? I keep losing my trend lines. Oh, there they are. Nope, no, they're not. And let's try this again. Oh, it keeps going to GameStop. AMC. Oh, there they are. So how come I can't see them when I double up? Double up. And, okay, well, that's fine. I'm not going to go crazy about it. What is these? Are these both on the 1 minute? All right, so we're going to leave these on the 1 minute. I'll just put that in there real quick. Just to give us a little bit of an insight of what's happening. We're going to skip this over here and use this support right there. Get ourselves a little bit of a wedge or a triangle. Looks more like a wedge at this point. And we just want to tighten those up. Do I want to go low? I want to go low and grab the lowest most point. See if maybe we come back to touch it again. No. Want to make sure that we're touching on the top as well. And there we go. Oops. There we go. And touch. Oh, not touching. There we go. Up there. Still good? Alright, good. So let's see how these play out. Looks like we just broke out of the upward channel on AMC. But we are sitting at support. So hopefully we can break back into this channel and blast up to the 845 area. GameStop. Getting a little stagnant right now. Looks like it is consolidating. Hopefully for a push upwards in the after hours. We are 27 seconds from close. We're going to wait for the close. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some music on and take a little break. So hold on a moment. Let's wait for the close. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It probably closed around you a little bit earlier because I am probably on a delay, but just closed for me. So you're probably hearing that about, I don't know, a couple minutes later. All right, so let's see. Where do we end? So GameStop closing at 8:03. I'm sorry, that's AMC. AMC closing at 8:03 and GameStop closing at 130.171. And now we're going to be watching the post market. Extended hours are on. Extended hours are on. So let's not lose what we gained. Let's keep the support. Keep the support. All right, so what I'm doing right now is I'm just going to set up a double chart with the AMC on the 1 minute and GameStop on the other so that we can keep a close eye on it with the RSI on as well. And we're going to extend it a little bit. And then right next to that, I have Mometic. You can see your alert history here, which will show you either stocks that are halted, stocks that are resuming, stocks that are losing a lot. Down here, you'll see the highest volume with momentum. Here, you'll see your upward moving targets, your downward moving targets. This count is the amount of times they showed up, and this is the price. So just to give you an example, let's see what we are seeing. Are there any of these twice? So GSM has the first one at 304. If we see a number 2, it'll most likely have a 302. Oh, look at this. So here's a good example, 54, and then up by, so at 56, it was 63.42. Ooh, look at that. That is just moving. So we're having some movement right now in the after hours. PCOM halted for news 11 minutes ago. Let's go ahead and move this over. Let's get that out of there. What's happening? Ooh. Seeing a breakdown here on GameStop. You know, I never went back to Hcmc to see where we ended up. Let's take a look at that. Hcmc, ooh, ending at 0.0013, not loving that. Tesla up to 622, not the worst. All right, so I am going to, give me a moment. All right. I'm going to go ahead and mute you out. Any questions, you just go ahead and leave them in the chat, and when I get back, we will discuss them. Until then, I'm going to go ahead and throw on some music, and you just keep an eye on the charts. Right here, you can see what's moving. Here's going to be the populars. If you want to see anything halting or resuming, that's going to be over here. And let me just bump this down a little bit. And you could see some high, quick movers over here if you want to get some ideas. I have them going from highest volume down. So the SQQQ seems to have the highest on the Discovery Pro at this very moment. And I'm going to go ahead and pause you out. Any questions, go ahead and throw them in the chat. This is Bobby Night Trader, and I'll be back. Okay, guys, I am back. I'm sorry to keep you on hold so long, but I was just dealing with a few things, checking out a few things. I'm going to bring this live stream to a close pretty soon. Let's see. I want to just back up and look over a few things real quick. We're going to get rid of Momentic for now. This is our momentum indicator for all you to know. You can see there's alert histories here. We can set pretty much an alert history for anything crossing VWAP. And we can do any specific alerts for that there. This is where your discovery mode. This will show you, what's hot at the moment, what's doing volume. Doesn't look like it's doing much in the after hours. But we're going to get rid of this real quick. And let's take one last look at these before we end the stream. I'm most likely going to spend some time making an actual video, my first real video. I've done nothing but live streams so far, and it's time for me to make some actual videos with some actual DD in them. Let's just take a look. RSI is looking dirty, flattening out, still under 30. All right, so looks like we're dropping off in our volume on the 1 minute. Let's go ahead and bump up this time frame a little bit. And we can see our legacy trend line just rolling across. This is going all the way back from the squeeze. All right, still holding strong. Looks like we still haven't come up to it. Looks like we held this channel for a while, broke down on the wedge. Just broke through all these support lines. They've now become resistance. We're sitting on a legacy support, between a legacy support and a legacy resistance, and we are currently at 782, between 782 and 783. Let's see. Doesn't look like we have a lot coming into it in the after hours, and RSI is still looking pretty nasty, pretty played out. Let me just go ahead and delete a few things. Okay, so we're going to hope that we can ride this 0.786 while we consolidate, and then hopefully we can blast back up and break it through a whole of these resistance lines that we have set in the past. Wow, there's a lot going on there. See, once you switch it down to the 1 minute, you can actually see that those trend lines are actual channels that are pretty much obeyed by the price action. See, we'll break through, we'll stop for a quick minute, come down, stop for a quick minute. Now we're just holding. This seems to be a little bit delayed. I'm not sure why, but the price seems to be almost exactly as what I'm pulling on. What do we have, a dog here? Exactly what I'm pulling on Ameritrade. So that's AMC for now. We are sitting at 782, and we're hoping that some diamond hands step in, make some buys, and we can get back above these resistance lines. Real quick look at GameStop. GameStop looking almost exactly the same. Fell through some legacy support. Here's our pump from earlier today. Made it up to 146. Where was our pump for GameStop? Give me a moment. Let me take a look at another screen. So GameStop looks like we hit 147.87 on Ameritrade. We're currently trading in the 126s. Just trying to pull this up a little bit. And you can hear the dog in the background. He's very excited. He just had a bath. Let me just go ahead and pull this back, and you can see our legacy trend line coming down. It's got 2 hits. Then it just kind of fell through. And this is about the 75% point of the triangle. This is where we'll usually expect to move. And it rode. This became our resistance. Rode, broke down. Support. Stopped for a second. Supported. Went down. Became resistance. Came back up. Supported. Broke down this. Huge candle down. Broke through multiple supports. Became resistance. Came up. And now we're trying to get back up past this 50% line of the I think this is an earlier move. This isn't our recent move. Let me do something real quick, and then I'm going to erase it because I want to keep our legacy fib retracement in place. Let's see. I'm going to start right there, and let me start right here. This is kind of our last little red. There's a little red right there, but it was almost, might as well be considered green the way it was moving. This is our last little pull down. Let's get our 0 right there. So you can see, let me back up, and let me lock that in place. Now you can see Atom Finance has just relieved that Immersion Corp, that's ticker IMMR, has released a new transcript, Q4 2020, Immersion Corp earnings call. Besides that, you can see our pump right here started around, let's see, started around 2 o'clock Eastern, pumped all the way up from, we're going to call that 120 to 147, and then sold off, rode this channel back up, pumped back up to the 141, rejected, came back down, broke our resistance from the channel, rode this green support, broke down, resisted up the trend line of the prior triangle, broke down again, and now we're sitting at the 0.786 of this local Fibonacci retrace. I'm going to leave this on here for now and just see if it matters later. I'm probably going to get rid of it because I like much higher time frame and much more legacy Fibonacci retracements. I like looking at the one from the original squeeze, but this one will hold water as well. Okay, let me just take a look. Oh, it looks like we have somebody. Expand Health. Hello, Expand Health. First time on this channel. GME, baby. Nice to see you, Expand Health. Thanks for joining us. We're happy to have you. I was just going over a few things. I'm getting ready to close down this live stream in a few minutes, but we are happy to have you. Hopefully, we can have you subscribe and you can come back for any live streams or videos we have in the future. If you have any questions, Expand Health, I can always go over and do some DD for you. If you want to check out any tickers, just let me know. Besides that, I'm just doing a real quick rundown on what we saw today, just to bring this live stream to an end so I could work on some other things, hopefully get an actual video out tonight. It'll be my first real video. It'll be out either tonight or tomorrow. It really depends. I haven't been feeling well, but I do want to consider getting that first video out, that first real video with some due diligence that isn't just a live video. If you have any questions, it's not a problem at all. Just go ahead and throw that through in the chat, and we will address it. Okay, so let's take a look. So that's GameStop. We're sitting under the golden pocket right now. We're riding the 0.786, and I mean, that is a hell of a retrace. So I'm hoping that we can get some consolidation here. We've been sitting here on the RSI real low. Hopefully we can do a bounce off of this 30 and then find ourselves a better position. Let's see. So that was GameStop. We went through AMC. ADMP is just getting wrecked. I'm going to do a video on that later in the future. Looks like we found some support at 85 cents. This is such a great stock. Once you do the DD on this, you'll realize that this company really has a long way to go. Really, really good company. I really enjoy it. I just don't understand why they're getting beat down so bad right now, but the entire market is red, so it is to be expected. AMC is AMC. We just spoke about that. We're sitting at 782 in the post-market. BlackBerry still getting wrecked. Looks like I have a legacy Fibonacci, and it looks to be respecting it pretty well. Looks like it's respecting it pretty well. I'll have to go back and look. I haven't looked at BlackBerry in a minute. Looks like it's exactly where it left itself off. That's another one that I am looking to average down at some point, but I'm not worried about it right now. There's some other plays here. Bingo actually coming back in the after hours. Loving that. BNGO is a really good company. They have the Sapphire system, which detects alleles. and I believe there's one that it basically shows the structural variance that will determine in the Sapphire system, that'll determine whether you will get COVID or will get COVID in a bad way where it could hurt you long term. I'm not sure. There's a lot going on there. I had looked into that company months ago. I've been holding it for a while. I bought it. I've sold it. I've bought it. I've sold it. But I think there's a bright future with BNGO. First saw that off of Dead Inside, and if you're watching me, then you've probably heard of him. Let's see. Hcmc is a play that I actually got from Trace Trades a while back. I did some due diligence. I didn't just jump into it. I felt that I was getting it at a good price, but it was not. And it looks like that, you know, the algorithms basically have taken control of this stock as of right now. We don't know what's going on. We know that Philip Morris on the 26th filed a motion to dismiss the lawsuit of patent infringement, and we are just waiting. I believe the next date's going to be March 15th, but I will have to look into that again and make sure that is correct. Hcmc is another ticker I'd like to make a video on. Once again, if anybody has any questions, we are coming close to closing up the chat. So if you do have any questions, or closing up the video, if you do have any questions, just go ahead and ask, and we will address those. So that's Hcmc. That's the one that is in a patent infringement lawsuit with Philip Morris. Philip Morris, actually, funny story. I was looking at my watch list, and Philip Morris in the morning was probably doing the best out of all the stocks, which concerned me greatly, considering they've been selling off a lot, and there's been a lot of insiders selling off. And we were hoping that was meaning that they were looking to do a huge settlement with Hcmc soon, but only time will tell. So this could be a long-term play, most likely. I have 1.2 million of these shares. I have not averaged down in probably about a week, just because it just kept dropping on me. I wanted to average down around 0.09, 0.0009. But I didn't know how much further we had to go. And then obviously with this manipulation, I felt secure in the amount that I have, and I am waiting for more news, and I'll be doing more due diligence to see what my next move will be with the stock. Immersion Corp I'm out of, but I am looking to get back into them. They are the haptics manufacturers. They own patents on certain types of haptics that many companies need. I think they've been in lawsuits with Apple, Google, Tesla, anybody that's looking to have feedback haptics on their whatever product it is that they're offering. Kronos is a play that I got into a while back. This was a PPE play back during when COVID first started. I've already made my money back and then some off of them. I got in at about 7 cents, sold off at, I don't know, somewhere... I think around 15 actually. Kept about 500 shares, and now I'm just letting it ride because they had come out with a Dogecoin. I think it was a Dogecoin. It's an air purifier that mines Dogecoin. So I was going to get out of it, but I just want to see where that goes, because I feel like if Dogecoin really explodes the way that everybody wants it to, that might explode as well. So I'm going to hold on to Kronos for a while. I take a look at it. I might do a video on it down the line. It was really just a momentum play for the day, which I'm, basically have sworn off of doing any more momentum plays, but we'll see how that pans out in the end. Like I said, I already made my money back, plus some profit on that, and now I'm just letting 500 shares ride to see what happens. Selling it really wouldn't do much for me either way. Even if it goes up to, maybe at like $1 to $2, I'll consider selling it. But until then, I just kind of want to see where this pans out. It's really, it's just house money riding on that right now. Nokia has been disappointing me for a while now. This is a huge drop off in the end. This doesn't even look right. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're updating on time with this. No big deal. We're just going to ride this one out. I'm not even going to bother making any trend lines because this is looking very barcodey as well. And we know what that means. So let's see. No questions yet. SCYX. Sky Nexus. I'm going to do a video on this later. I got to be honest, I don't even remember this company. I bought this so long ago. I know I've sold off enough to make my money back, and now I'm just holding a meager amount. I think it's like 35 shares or something like that. But that's been underperforming. I think that has a price target of around $18 to $22. I'll have to double check that, but that's something that we'll be looking down in the future. Notice everything is red. It is a sea of red today. VPT. I'm not even sure I own that, but this is in my positions section, but maybe I do. You end up, I'll tell you, there's some momentum plays I jumped into and just never safely got out of. So it looks like I do have 100 shares of that, down $7. Not a big deal. It's an OTC, but I think I got into that after watching I watched their CEO do an interview where he was talking about how they have all different types of plays in multiple countries. I felt like it was a good play at the time. It was super cheap to get into, 30 cents, something like that, maybe $30 altogether. And I'm just going to hold on to that and see what happens. But that's another one for us to talk about. This is Bitcoin right here on Kraken. They call it XBT, not BTC. Viru is I believe this was a cancer play. Viru. Oh, so I sold out of Viru, so I'm going to go ahead and put a red there. I sold out of that at about 14.15 right before. Kind of knew a lot of this was going to happen. I wanted to get out of a few other things, but they just never really came back to a safe place for me to get out. Viru was in the profit, so I sold it. XTNT was something I got into at about $1, maybe a little bit higher, and I'm just kind of riding that one out. I only have 10 shares of that. Selling it really won't do much for me, and this was just something I was looking at. That shouldn't be there. Triteris has been a dog. That was a huge letdown. This had a price target of somewhere between $18 and $22. They took it down from like $29, and it has just been getting beat down after there was some sort of lawsuit where they were saying they fudged numbers, something like that. But like I said, this is one of those plays that I've had for so long, I forgot I even have it. But I mean, I haven't looked at this chart in so long, but look at this. I must have drew these lines a month ago, and they're like, yeah, February 1st. Yeah, that's over a month ago. So, and look at that. It's just following them. That's just crazy how that works. That's just crazy. Okay. Well, earnings came out for them, and then they came back down. This is to be expected. Usually you miss by a penny and they will wreck you. Sometimes you do well and you will still get wrecked. It is just the nature of the market in this climate. So that is all for now. I don't see any questions. Thank you, Expand Health, for coming. Thank you for liking. I'm happy that you are here to support the stream. I'll be making that video soon. And for now, that's going to be it. Let's just go ahead and look at AMC with our diamond hands on the way out. And that's going to be all for me. So, as always, thanks for joining the live stream. We'll be making that video soon. And for now, Night Trader is out. Peace.